All right. Good evening. And our topic is about linear programming, graphical approach. Okay po. So, kumusta? Tayo ay asynchronous na naman. No? Kaya pagtsagaan nyo itong uh, video presentation. No? This is for you. Okay. Sige. So, disclaimer tayo ng konti. No? So, ang topic na ito ay medyo numero, as usual, just like other topics we had in quantitative techniques. Okay po. So expect some numericals here. And of course, as a process, palagi din natin pinag-uusapan yung mga concepts, definitions, no? So kung mapapansin niyo dito sa presentation na ito ay uunahin muna natin yung concepts, definitions, okay? And then along the way, um, dadako din tayo doon sa application or actual computation, if ever. But for sure, there is, for this particular topic. So, may application of basic algebra, okay, application of graphing also, there will be graphing, okay. So, presentation of table, presentation of data, in a table. So something like that. There are some equations that we need to work out also. So there. So please be ready. No? At dapat condition kayo para sa bagay na yun. Okay? So let's keep the ball rolling. Now, as far as this topic is concerned, there are numerous ways now of working with your linear programming. No? But one of the most popular is graphical method. Okay, so ang bibigyan natin ng konting emphasis na later on will be the graphical method. Okay po. Okay. Next, so as a matter of providing you the basic concepts about linear programming, okay, so we have here four bullets that you might consider. Okay po. So I'll give you several minutes to look at that, and try to come up with sort of impression, about the different concepts, the different definitions of linear programming. Okay po? And timer starts now. Okay? So the first bullet is about industrial operations. Tama? Okay, so every business, every industry um, has a specific product, has a specific operation, right? Has a specific flow, of providing services. No, there are resources at stake, right? So, yan ang mga tinitingnan natin dito. So, the term programming refers to the use of certain mathematical techniques. So, we cannot be excused of actually uh, trying to use and apply what we have learned, no, um, in terms of mathematics. Okay po. Ayan. So, um, isa sa mga best known and most widely studied type of programming is the linear programming. Okay, moving on, we have another four bullets. Now, okay, the first bullet emphasizes on decision making. So linear programming is also a tool, that would help every managers to come up with a better, a favorable decision. Okay po? So you will see later on, no, as to the process, no, makikita natin saan ba yung decision point dyan. Okay, bullet number 2. Okay, so making decision is about looking at how much time you would save and how much money and resources you would take advantage. Bullet number three talks about scientific method. No? So there is a process, there is always a science. No? Yes. Bullet number four, okay. Definitely one of the mathematical model that we might be encountering and utilizing is algebra. Algebra and basic mathematics. Okay po? There is no such thing as very sophisticated um, mathematical calculations here. Another is about four bullets again, no? Talking about linear programming. So it's more on maximizing profit. It's more on minimizing cost. So you have possible choices, no, that you might be working. Okay, you use linear programming to maximize profit, or you use linear programming to minimize the cost. Okay, so that is the two sides of profitability, actually, right? Being presented there. So bullet number two talks about processing, no, raw materials, no, limitations in markets and other restrictions. Okay, these are some sub variables, no, that we might be considering, no, in the process. In the process. So linear programming is never a one variable activity. No, it is about multiple variables activity, and you will see that later on. Bullet number two is something to do with um, equations. No? May nakalagay dyan, inequality. No? May nakalagay dyan. So, may mga expressions dyan, no? Na parang uh, um, in a process, ginagawa nating equality yung inequality. No, merong mga transformations, meron tayong mga conversions na gagawin later on. Last bullet talks about objective. Okay, so at the beginning of the computation, at that particular level where we're going to start with the computation. Before that, siniset natin yung ating objective function, no, na tinatawag, no, in terms of profitability, no, in terms of minimizing cost, whatever. No. So, siniset natin yung ating objective functions. And what is objective function? Later on. Now, as a method, no, graphical method, no, we have three so far here in your slides. No? Okay, so we will be using graphs to arrive at a particular optimum solution. Ano ba yung optimum? No? Okay, so para bang, okay, this is it. This is the optimum solution. Okay, so this is so far the best, the highest, no? Okay, um, kind of solution that could provide you better payoff. Okay, so yeah, graphing is always there as far as linear programming graphical method. As the name implies, no, graphical. Okay po. So, eto na. Lumabas na yung optimum. No? It means maximum. No? Kung meron lang din namang maximum, no, bakit pupunta tayo sa minimum? Diba? So, let us exploit, no, the opportunity. Diba? Sabi nga nila. Now, third bullet talks about um, um, the two axes, you know, the x and y. The x and y. So we're referring to the graphing part, the x and y. So if you remember about the quadrants, the four quadrants, diba? Okay, quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three, quadrant four. So we will be um, using quadrant one. And what is quadrant one? What is quadrant one? Okay po. So it's positive, positive. Positive x, positive y. Quadrant. Tama ba? Yes. In summary, no, number one, um, it talks about mm, again, no, the X and Y. Okay? Syempre, no, very popular ang X and Y, pero pwede din naman yan A and B, C and D. But for purposes of discussion, gagamitin natin X and Y. Okay? So again, objective function to be optimized. No? Meron siyang um, element of working with equation. Formulate the constraints, express them in linear equation or inequality. Okay? Ano ba itong mga constraints na tinatawag? Okay po. Yes. So, these are the types of constraints. Okay. Capacity constraints. Constraints means sort of not being able to attain. Now, there are challenges along the way, right? Market constraints. No? What is that? Availability constraints. Tama? So we are challenged also by that, right? Okay. Quality or blending constraints. Constraints. Material balance constraints. Mm. So we will be encountering those constraints, no, along the way. Now let's go to the case. Okay. So meron tayong case dito. So basahin lang natin. Okay, Ramirez Furniture Shop, located in Las Piñas, makes two kinds of products. Okay, cabinets and dressers, which pass through the assembly of finishing department. So the assembly has 60 hours of work available each week. So the finishing has 48 hours each week. So making one cabinet needs 2 hours in finishing and 4 hours in assembly. Making one dresser needs 4 hours. In finishing, 2 hours. Okay po, in assembly. If and then statement. If the profit generated per cabinet is $100 or 100 pesos, and per dresser is $80 or 80 pesos, how many units of cabinets and dressers should be produced in order to obtain the maximum profit? So lumabas dito yung optimum, diba? So we need to optimize. No, kasi we cannot just afford to say na, okay, we will stop producing cabinet and we will pursue dresser. Diba? Remember, that is your identity, no, as a shop, as a furniture shop, right? So, bakit mahalaga na makikita natin yung perfect combination, no? Not sacrificing, um, not actually sacrificing the other product. Tama? And definitely, may mga tao naman talaga na bibili at bibili ng cabinet. At may mga tao din na bibili at naghahanap ng dresser no matter what. No, there is always demand for both cabinet and dressers. Now, with all the time measures, no, we have above, no, like 60 hours, 48 hours, no, and all that. Saan nanggagaling yan? natural, manggagaling yan or nanggagaling yan ah, sa mismong record no, ng company, historical records ng company. No, in quantitative techniques, palagi tayong nagbe-base doon sa mga actual records, actual data. No, hindi tayo gumagamit ng mga data na assume lamang. No? Hanggat maaari, actual talaga ang ginagamit natin. At saka kung ano yung available data, meron ang isang company like Ramirez Furniture Shop. Okay po. Ayun. So far, yan ang ating data. Ano? Okay. So, there. Now, let us start appreciating data through the use of table. So, in linear programming, graphical approach, gagawa tayo ng mga tables. Marami dito yan. At ang bawat table ay, ano yan, no? Orchestrated yan, no? To capture the different data available, no? Based on actual data available. Okay, kung titingnan natin ngayon, no, just for purposes of appreciation, okay, maaari bang pakititigan ang table na yan? No, bibigyan ko kayo ng 1 minute to do that and then I'll go back to you. Okay po? Okay, ang timer starts now. Pakititigan lang. Okay, timer's up. Ano ang nakikita ninyo? Okay? Kapag sabihin mong meron siyang 4 na column, okay? That is a good observation. At ang bawat column ay labeled with the following activity or process, okay? Cabinets, dressers are the two products, and then the total time available. Okay. Now, let's go back to process. Ano ang nakapresent dyan? Andun yung time needed in the assembly process. Now, just for purposes of discussion, no? Okay? Assembly process. Time finishing. So, assembly, then finishing. So, what can you imagine about doing or assembling? Diba? Okay? So, para tayong gumagawa ng parang skeleton. Para tayong gumagawa ng structure. Tama? Oo. So, uh, kapag sinabi naman natin na finishing, parang pinapaganda na lang natin, pinapakinis, diba? Pinipinturahan, no? Nilalagyan ng varnish, diba? And all these activities involves people, no? And ang susunod na column ay yung mga product nila. It can also be services. Okay, but this time, let us use the product. So, merong product X, cabinet, product Y, dressers. So, nilagyan dyan, 4 hours for cabinet assembly, 2 hours for cabinet finishing. Okay. And then the profit um, presented in terms of selling price. Tama? Okay? Because profit or revenue is a function of price times quantity times unit. So kung mapapansin niyo dyan, there is $100 per unit. Saan galing yan? Dun sa scenario kanina. Yan. If the profit generated per cabinet is 100 and per dresser is 80, how many units of cabinets and dressers should be produced in order to obtain the maximum profit? So, what we are going to make no sort of realization later on is that um, what would be the best combination in terms of quantity, now between X and Y or cabinets and dressers. Tama? So, which combination could provide us no, a better edge to earn more compared to the other combinations? Yan ang gusto natin ma-achieve later on. So, let's go to dressers. No, why? And we are going to harvest, of course, the data. Okay, tingnan natin. Ang assembly niya, mas maikli, no, kay cabinet. So, it takes 2 hours to assemble. And as far as finishing is concerned, it took naman 4 hours. So, mas matagal ang finishing, no, for dresser. So, parang gano'n. And the time available is 60 hours and 48 hours. So, bakit yun lang ang available? No? Oo. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng oras under the sun, pwede mong gamitin just for purposes of making cabinets and making dressers. Diba? So, yan po yung mga studied uh, time, ano ninyo, no? Mga data, no? Patungkol sa inyong mga experiences. Okay? So, yan. And of course, mahalaga din na may mga time availability, may mga time limits tayo dahil we are not only talking about one customer, no? Buying or ordering cabinets and dressers. Diba? We're also talking about um, more than one customers, walk-in customers that every now and then bigla na lang pupunta sa company at sabihin, magpapagawa din ako nito. Diba? So mahalaga, meron tayong mga malinaw na measures like time available for that particular assembly. One more thing, kapag hindi tayo sensitive dyan sa mga time availability, it can also cause negatively to the firm. Kasi naabuso natin ang paggamit ng oras. So, and even uh, consume more uh, or extended time that we are caught unaware na ang sobrang dami na pala, sobrang haba na pala ng oras ang kinain natin, no? Or nagamit natin. Okay. So, ito yung mga decision variables, no? Okay? Sa umpisa pa lang. For example, meron tayo dito, let X number of units of cabinets to be produced and sold to maximize profit. Okay? Let Y number of units dressers to be produced and sold to maximize profit. So it's an X and Y thing or an X and Y combination. Cabinets and dressers. Okay po. Okay, so moving on. Now this is the second phase. So we're done with the um this particular phase. No? We need to draw a table, no? Because it would help us better understand our data in terms of different activities. Tama? Oo. Because in every activity, in every time, no, it entails cost. No? All right. So, this is it. Okay. So, sa objective function, um, kapag mga beginner no, tayo for this, mas maganda na gagayahin lang natin no, itong prosesong ito. Tandaan lang natin. And then after that, kapag medyo na-master na natin yung process, saka tayo mag-explore with the other um, process or even other scenario. No? Bigla tayong pupunta sa isang service process o pupunta tayo sa isang uh, product no? Process or manufacturing of. the product. So it is a must na yung slide na ito ay another set of essential activity. No? So parang ang approach natin ay from one activity to the next. No? Meron tayong spiral progression. Okay, basahin natin ang objective function nito. Okay. To maximize profit by determining the quantity of X and quantity of Y to be produced by the firm, okay, the formula would be profit or profitability is equal to 100x plus 80y. So yan ang ating kauna-unahang equation. Bakit? We have known and unknown. We have already known and unknown figures or numbers. Di ba? So 100 refers to the price of the cabinet and 80 refers to the price of the other one, of the other product represented by X and Y. Okay po. So, meron ba tayong element of unknown? Yes. Si X is a known and Y is also known. Eventually, no, somewhere at the end of the presentation, no, makikita natin kung paano natin process ang mga numero at data para mabigyan natin ng value ang bawat symbol like X and Y. Yes. Next, pagkatapos ng equation na yan, pupunta tayo dito sa mga uh, explicit constraints na tinatawag. No? Kung titingnan mo dyan, meron tayong first 4x plus 2y. Saan ba galing yung 4x plus 2y is equal to 60 hours? Saan ba galing yung 2x plus 4y? Okay? Unequal to 48 hours. No? That is for assembly and finishing. Now, as to explicit or implicit concern rather, no? Pinapakita dito na si X ay 0 at si Y ay 0. 0. So, yan ang ating implicit constraints. Now, basahin natin itong naka-note sa baba. Note that the order relations of both explicit constraints is less than or equal to, okay, since the time used in making the two products must be certainly not exceed the total time available per week in the two processing departments. So, nandun yung total number of time required for that particular activity, for that particular process. Okay po. Next is this. Okay, so, eto yun. Now, graph only the explicit constraints. So, explicit, yun yung merong unequal, no? Or unequal sign. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin, meron tayong inequalities and equalities in order to be able to graph the constraints. Okay po. So, kung titingnan natin dito, meron na siyang 4x plus 2y, okay, not equal to 60. And then, since merong utos, no, na i-convert, no, natin ito into equality, then, ano nangyari? No? Same equation, okay, using equal sign or equality sign already. So that becomes 4x plus 2y is equal to 60 assembly and 2x plus 4y is equal to 48 for the finishing. Okay po. Yan. So, wala tayong bagong data na ginagamit dyan ha. Lahat ng data na yan ay galing kay Ramirez Furniture. Diba? at doon sa mga binigay na mga advanced data. Okay po. So, nakita natin dito na wala pa tayong ibang ginalaw kundi yung pagpapapalit lang, no, ng symbol na inequality into equality or equal. Okay, bakit kaya nagkaganon? Um, Sundin lang natin, process nga yan. Diba? Okay. Now, in this particular part, no, kung mapapansin ninyo, um, pinipresent ko palagi kung ano yung mga previous presentation, the previous slide. No? Parang hina-harvest ko lang, dinadala ko sa susunod na slides. No? What is the purpose of that? Para magkaroon kayo ng idea na yung process na ginagawa natin, no, ay continuous, no? Um, uh, I mean, ano siya, spiral progression, no? Progression ang ginagawa natin. Okay. So, kung titingnan ninyo, you have assembly uh, at the left side and you have your finishing at the right side. Okay po. At titignan ninyo yung inequality to equality. Okay, obviously, no? Okay, so let's go back to assembly. 4x plus 2y is equal to 16. So this time, 4x plus 2y is equal to 16. So the significant difference, it is only the symbol from inequality to equality ang nagbabago. Okay, punta tayo sa finishing. Okay, sa original equation yan based on our historical data, 2x plus 4y is equal to 48 and 2x plus 4y is equal to 48. Diba? Okay, so saan nagkagaling yan? No? Doon sa ating table. No? 2x 4y. Tingnan natin. Yan o. So, hinarvest lang natin yung mga hours. Kung napansin mo, 4 and then 2 hours. Yan yung 4x, 2y. So, tingnan mo yung finishing. 2 hours, 4 hours. So, 2x, 4 hours, 4y. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now let's go to the right part. No? Okay, so ang kanyang original equation naman ay 2x plus 4y again and equal to 48 and 2x plus 4y is equal to 48. Saan galing? Dun sa table kanina for finishing. The first table we ever created, no? Today, kanina. Alright. So, yan. At ngayon naman ay meron tayong um, illustration dito ng X and Y. X and Y. Okay, so what is that assumption? What is that figure? Okay, so punta tayo kay X. No? If X is 0, then Y is 30. Tama? And then, if X is 15, then Y is 0. So there's like this, no? Tingnan mo below. Substitute for x and y values. If x is 0, then y is 30. And if y is 0, then x is 15. If x is 0, then y is 12. And if y is 0, then x is 24. Okay po. So yan yung mga combinations na pinapakita dyan. Tanong, saan galing yan? Okay? Based on company's actual data. No? Actual data. Okay. So, mapapansin niyo dito, meron tayong illustration ng graphical. No? Para tayong gumagawa ng letter L. Letter L. Okay, tingnan nga natin kung meron tayong better version of this graphical. Okay, so, here we go. Here we go. So, pasensya na dyan sa mga nakasulat-sulat dyan. Parang mga previous computations kasi yan. So, tingnan natin. Okay, balikan natin. No? Yung X and Y. No? Hindi yan bago dyan. Nire-write lang yan dyan para magmadali tayo makapag-associate no, doon sa ginagawa natin. So, again, X and Y, if X is 0, Y is 30, and if X is 15, then Y is 0. Another one is X and Y. Another one is if X is 0, Y is 12. And if X is 24, Y is 0. Y is 0. Okay, bakit nagiging 0 ang kabilang panig kapag nag-i-increase, no? Yung numero, nag-i-increase. Okay, kasi yun yung tinatawag na, sige, total, sinabi mo naman, mas profitable ka. Sige, gamitin mo na lahat ng resources. Okay? Hindi na muna ako gagamit ng resources for the benefit of your office. Okay, so, dyan natin tinitingnan na yung X and Y, X and Y combination. So, kung titingnan nyo itong graph, no, sa bawat dulo ng Y and X axis or X and Y axis, no, nilabel natin siya ng maayos. Okay po. And then, nilagyan natin yan ng numero from 0, the common number, X and Y, no, agreed upon is actually the point of intersection between X and Y. Yun yung 0 point. Diba? Dito sa may kanto sa baba. Tama? That is 0 point. And so on and so forth. So, kung tutusin, wala pa naman talagang nakadrawing yan dyan. No? Maliban sa graphing paper na wala naman sagot pa. O isang malinis na papel, no? Na ginihit-gihitan ninyo ng letter M, something like that. So, dapat din consistent kayo with your numbering. With your numbering yung qualify. No? Kasi, minsan kapag hindi rin angkop yung numbering interval, mahirap din mag-appreciate, mahirap din mag-compute if ever required to compute it. Okay, so, yan yung mga combinations, no? May isa-isahin natin in a little while. Sige po, isa-isahin na natin. So, punta muna tayo kay assembly, no? Or letter A. A, assembly. X and Y, 0, X, and then 13. So, where is that 0, X? Okay, where is that 0, X? So, dito yan sa may kanto. Diba? Yan yan sa may kanto. That is 0. And then Y is 13. Okay, so this is the first line, no, na tinutumbok niya si 30 doon sa axis Y. Diba, pinakatuktok and dito sa 30. Tama? Okay, that is 0, okay, 30. And then, if X is 15, okay, then Y is 12. Y is 12. Nasaan ba yung 15 na yan? Okay po, dito nyo na. Okay, so nakay x-axis si 15. No? Si 15. Now, kapag ano yan, sa umpisa talaga dyan, wala pa naman yung mga mga lines. Wala pa naman yan eh. Nilolocate lang natin muna kung saan si X at magkano at saan si Y at magkano. Actually, wala pang ano yan. Graphing. Now, kapag na-point mo na yan, na-locate mo na yung bawat punto, no? Like for example, 30. So, mamarkahan mo yung 30, no? Para bang mamarkahan mo na ito yon. No? Pwede mong lagyan ng konting tuldok, pwede mong lagyan ng konting marka, no? Para sabihin mo, okay, this is it. Kapag namarkahan mo na si X and Y, combination, iti-trace mo ngayon, no? From one point to the next point, no? Ng X and Y. Kaya nagkaganon. Kung mapapansin ninyo, di ba? O, tingnan niyo. From 30, dito sa pinaka-Y, no? Sa taas. From 30, iginuhit niya papuntang X na 15. No? Pinatamaan niya si 15. Okay po? So, yan ang pinakadulong proseso natin sa pag-graph. Okay? So, that's it. So, now, punta naman tayo finishing. Tingnan natin. So, may linya ka na dyan, no? From 32, 15. So, for finishing naman, meron naman siyang combination na X is 0 and then 12. So, kung 0, edi lalagyan natin dito ng marka sa pinakadulo ng 90 degrees. Diba? So, nandyan siya. Mamarkahan natin ulit. And then 12, saan si 12y? Ayun, no? So, yan. So, magpapansin mo, wala pang linya yan. Sa totoong buhay, wala pang linya. But as part of the process, dapat lilinyahan din. Okay, so wag lang tayo masyadong magmadali. But for purposes of discussion, ready-made na yan. Ready-made na yan. Okay, so located na si Y12. So ang Y ay nasa north, ha? North ang Y. North pole. And then si X ay nasa east. No? Okay, so 12. Next is, if X is 24, then Y is 0. So, nasaan yung 24? Ayun na. Nakita mo na. Okay, so meron na tayong dalawang marka. Meron na tayong dalawang marka. Y12 and 24X. And then, idudugtong mo ulit, no? Si 12 and 24, X and Y, idudugtong mo sa isang straight line. Tama. So, yung kulay yellow, straight line. So, kung mapapansin nyo, meron na silang tendency to collide, meron silang tendency to intersect again with each other. Okay po? Kita nyo na. Okay. So, after that, ilulocate natin ngayon yung tinatawag na, tingnan nyo yung nasa kulay green, yung tinatawag na convex of polygon where the optimal solution can be found. Tama? So, kung titingnan natin, no? From where line 30 and 15 and line 12 and 24, kung mapapansin natin, meron doong point of intersection. Diba? So, meron diyang point of intersection. Ngayon, mula dyan sa point of intersection, magdodraw tayo ng tila ba polygon, no? Parang square. Dyan. So, ilagyan lang natin ng kulay blue, no? Para may pakita natin parang may ginawa tayo ng square. Okay po. Ayan na siya. And then, parang imaginary yan pagtutusin. Basta meron kang point dyan na palatanda. Okay, nilagyan nga natin yan ng numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. And then, pinulayan natin ng kulay blue. So, dahil manual yung ating uh, graphics, no? Yung ating graphical, manual ang pagkagawa, no? Parang hindi natin makuha kagad yung perfect na linya. Okay, anong sabi dyan? Ang x daw ay 12 kasi doon tumatama yung pinakagilid, no, ng square. Tingnan nyo, x12. Tapos si y naman, tumama naman yung pinaka-dulo, pinaka-corner ng square na kulay blue. Ang tawag dyan ay convex polygon. Tumama naman doon kay 6. So, kung titingnan natin, parang sinasabi na ang best combination, no? If you're going to produce numbers of cabinets and numbers of dressers, sinasabi sa linear computation natin o presentation, sinasabi dyan na magpo-produce ka ng X product. Sino ba yan? Cabinet. Okay? 12 cabinets. At magpo-produce ka ng Y. Ano ba yan? Dresser na 6 na piraso. That is daw the best combination na magbibigay sa'yo ng optimum profitability. Okay, so yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Now, kapag idaan naman natin sa isang medyo precise, no, na pag-graph natin, graphing, sa Excel, no, kapag sa Excel natin pinasok yan, ito ang magiging itsura, no, medyo malinis. Okay. At kitang-kita din dyan kung ano yung mga intersections, no, na automatic na yun dyan. Okay, so medyo precise yan. Tumatama talaga siya doon. From the corner where intersection happen, di ba? Mula doon sa pinaka-corner, tinutumbok niya, di ba? X12, okay, and Y6. So, tama naman, no? Yung ating manual graphing doon sa medyo automated. Okay? So, for now, dyan muna tayo. No? Dapat ito muna yung area na i-achieve natin. Okay po. So, sa susunod nating pag-uusap, no, itutuloy naman natin ito. Okay? Itutuloy pa natin ito doon sa mga confirmation processes natin. No? Kung ano naman ang ibig sabihin, ano naman ang implication ng combination na lumabas dito as far as X and Y, no? Na values, okay? Or quantity na sinabi dito. Okay, so itutuloy natin. Okay po. So sit back, relax, balik-balikan nyo lang, no, kung ano yung pinag-usapan natin and try to locate also those. Okay? So thank you and good day. We still have another second half, not for this particular topic. Okay? Alright. So let us continue our conversation doon sa ating GC. If you have question, you can go on, no, and I can answer that. Okay, so for now, that's it. Bye-bye, everyone.